Good morning, everybody. Painblade back here again from Server 1 representing IC Tribes Lab. And today, guys, we're going to be doing another showcase. And this is going to be from one of the original SR characters that came out and someone who lives within Orochimaru's lab and his lair. But before we do that, guys, I want to remind everybody of one thing that's happening tomorrow. And that's probably the most exciting thing so far that they've announced, outside of course, characters, right? It is going to be the brand new large scale announcement. Now, I was going to go into the section here. It shows it right there. Planned on 8/26. Information about a large scale update. Now, I'm hoping that this large scale update is going to be something like the Tribe Beast that we've all talked about many times in Discord, and we're predicting that's what it's going to be. Also, hopefully, something like chat and I'm praying that this game finally decides to give us an announcement of maybe going global. So those are the three big things I'm looking forward to. I hope you guys are looking forward to other things as well. Obviously, there's quite a bit they can do, like live PvP, brand new alliance modes where it's cross server battles, changes to NWT, adding additional stages to TOE. I mean, there's so much they could do, right? So I'm really hoping that this announcement that they're providing us, and remember, it's just information, it's not an update yet, but the information is key, right? It makes us look forward to something. So this is going to be a make or break for this game, in my opinion, right? A lot of people are either getting bored or just kind of tired of the same thing over and over again. So I'm hoping that this kind of changes things up for a lot of people. But let's go back to our boy Kabuto. All right, so we're going to be covering Kabuto today. Now, the reason why I want to cover Kabuto is he's one of those characters that have been around for a while, and some people are misunderstanding on how to use him or just don't get the idea of what he's all about. Like, he's an off healer, yes, he's a damage dealer, yes, but how do you efficiently use him? So let's go over Kabuto and cover what makes him a unique character and why he's actually worth having on your team. So Kabuto, first off, is a T character, right? And let's look at his art. I personally love this art. We all know he's got the scalpel hands. And honestly, he's super, super freaking evil. And he's conniving. And this, I think, portrays all of that. And the color schematics are fantastic. And Kabuto is honestly one of the coolest characters, in my opinion, because he has so many faces, right? He wears them so well. He wears the evil face, the happy face, the conniving face. Like, this is a perfect depiction of what he is. All right, so stats. So Kabuto is a T character. And now Kabuto's stats aren't bad for things like defense, surprisingly enough. Like, if you look at his guard rate, it's at 18.87% as a T unit, which is really good. He also has really good guard suppression, which means he can kind of bypass guard quite a bit. For a unit that doesn't even have guard suppression on his kit, which is very surprising. He also has pretty good guard damage rate reduction. Now, his crit rate is really low. His crit damage rate is decent. This is all coming from my Gamma, of course. And his crit suppression rate isn't bad. So overall, Kabuto's a very average character for offense because of one reason, and we'll go through that reason later, but he is really good defensively. So as you can see, his defense is actually pretty high. Mine's a 7-star, obviously, so it's a little different. Let's look at link bonuses. So to get his link bonuses, you need Haku and Zabuza, which is a really weird one in my opinion, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Then you need Sasuke Hebi and Orochimaru for his defense, which makes sense. Then you need Naruto and Tsunade, which we all know the infamous fight that they all had together, and that's to get the HP. So pretty easy guys to get. I mean, the only hard one really is Sasuke Uchiha Heavy, but I mean, he's an OG UR, so you guys should all have him at this point, hopefully. And if you don't, I feel sorry for you because he's one of the best characters in the game. So tribe specials, he's got two. He's got one with the Orochimaru called Immortal Servant and Master, which is one enemy damage to one enemy lowers all attack by 40.84% for one turn and recovers all allies' HP by 19%. Pretty useless in my opinion with the one turn thing. If it was the rest of the battle, this would be a broken one, and I would highly recommend using it in PvE purposes, but it's not. But the 3-man one is actually really good. Now this one requires Sasuke Hebi and recovers all allies' HP by 24.75%, lowers all enemies' attacks by 33.75% for 2 turns, which is quite a bit actually in this game. Damage increase rate by 24.53 for users of the 3-man cell for the rest of the battle, which means these 3 will hit even harder than they already do. So definitely one of the better of the tribes if you want to use tribes at all. And as you can see here, the percentages have all gone up for damage anyway. So let's get into Enhancement Gear and talk about what makes Kabuto special. Now, Kabuto is a D nuker, okay? So being a T unit, first off, he hits Ds harder, but here's what makes him unique. First off, he's an off healer, right? So his chakra dissection special hits one enemy, deals 56.57% extra damage when the target is inflicted with a status effect. Now that is huge. Now, if you don't know what that means, essentially, if somebody has stun, burn, poison, shadow stitch, paralyze on them. Every time he hits that opponent with this special, his damage dealing at 151.68% goes up to 56.57% more. So he's actually doing an extra 201% damage total whenever he hits a status effect unit. And he also recovers the HP with an ally with the lowest HP by 45.11% of damage dealt. So the more damage you deal, the more you recover, which means it's super important to have him last on the team, and usually paired with somebody who either does a burn, a poison, or a stun. Now, ideally, the 100% burns are ideal. So if you like using burn characters, definitely pair him with them and watch this guy put in damage. I've seen Kabuto do like 700k damage on people with status effects, but without that status effect, he does quite a bit less, guys. So definitely put him in with characters. So this is what makes him unique. Not only does he do a ton of damage, but he's also going to give you guys some healing to go along with it. And those are the best kind of healers in my opinion. I'm suited to be a ninja. Same scenario. He'll hit somebody with a pretty low attack, but at the same time he'll recover HP of the lowest ally by 43.5% of the attack this time. So quite a bit. And then of course HP increase being a T unit, and then talent for spying. Now his limit 1 and limit 2. This is actually kind of cool. His limit 1 lowers all defense by 34.49% for all opponents for the rest of the battle, but his limit 2 lowers damage reduction rate by 12.19% for all defense shinobis for the rest of the battle. So if you're fighting a tank heavy team like Gaara's, Naruto Kage's, Asama's, you name them, right? This character could be a really good character to help you get the edge over those guys and take them down quicker. So definitely Kabuto, really good for that, but you have to pair him with specific teammates or else he will not do his job and you're getting a mediocre character out of it, right? Gear-wise, I've got him to 65, 45, 45, 45. I really use them only for PvE purposes. Scrolls, I got him to 28 and 25. You obviously can get them higher if you want. Limits, so vitalities, you want to get this one up and you want to get this one up. Now, I did not because I don't want to spend the Ryo on him anymore, but this one is pretty important because if you want to get an off healer, you want to get that high. So these two for sure you need to max out. The first one, not so much. All right, so let's get into a PvP match, guys. Now, I did one PvP match with him real quick. Don't think it went really well. so as you can see, I'm only doing 5 PvP matches going forward. The reason why is because I no longer see it fit to do 10 because Omni fragments aren't that important anymore because you get UR frags so much more often in the PvE realm now. So I find that rather than spending 150 Shino coins now, to me it's not worth it anymore because the one Omni shard's just not worth the 150 anymore to me. So I'd rather save that and use it for summons. So yeah, let's look at this fight here with Luck. Shout out to Luck, he's gotten a lot better, a lot faster, a lot stronger. So it became a little more difficult, but I just want to show you guys what Kabuto is capable of. So we start off with him in the rotation first. Now he doesn't do any buffs to himself, right? But he does reduce D units he does reduce defense and D units damage rate reduction. So now everybody's gonna hit Gaara a lot harder because of it. And it usually takes 2 rotations to kill Gaara, but look at that. Because of that defense down, and if Kabuto was a little stronger, we would have killed Gaara in 1 turn. Now that's really important, guys, because someone like Gaara can really save a team. So taking him out originally would be one of the best things you could possibly do for your team. But unfortunately, my Kabuto was a little weak there. If I had him up just a little higher, I would have probably taken out Gaara. But that's the point though, right? Like facing people with a ton of D units, you're putting yourself in such a good position with Kabuto on the team to take them out quicker and also not have to deal with tanky teams. So let's get through this and get back to Kabuto here. Okay, Sasuke heavy dead. Alright, so back to Kabuto. So let's take a look here. So again, defense down. Now let's hope we target Gaara here somehow. Oh, we got Sasuke Kirin, so we definitely will kill Gaara. And let's hope we get a stun off to see if we can see Kabuto's real damage. Now, if you don't get a stun off here at all, or if everybody dies, you won't see Kabuto's real damage. So don't take this damage into account unless you're really seeing a status effect on the character. Okay, so Gaara we knew was going to die. So let's see if Kakashi kills or can stun somebody. Hopefully it doesn't kill. Okay, so he killed somebody there. So you're not going to see Kabuto's real strength here. You're going to see a really weak attack. But you'll see a heal. So 165k to a T unit without crit and without status effect. Now, if that had a status effect there, you would have probably seen about 250k. Ooh, good stun. That'll probably mess up rotation pretty good. So again, As you can see here, Orochimaru has defense down and he has damage increase rate down because of Kabuto again. Right, so let's get this out of the way. Like, we know I won this match. I don't think I won it by very. If Kabuto dies here, we'll pretty much stop. No, Kakashi's dead though. So let's see. Okay, so we're using Kabuto. Let's see how much damage he does here, guys. Who's he attacking? And we'll see a little heal come up, right? So let's just see the heal of my character, the lowest HP. No, we can't see because they're not in rotation. Okay, so that heal hit somebody with the lowest HP, but that person was not in the rotation, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll stop there, guys. Unfortunately, we can't get anybody here with the status effect. So there you go, guys. That's Kabuto essentially in a nutshell. So definitely, if you need an off healer, really good character to have. If again, you really have to be specific with the way you pair him. You can't just put him on any team and see him shine. You have to put him a status effect character. So if you're not using burn characters, stun characters, which most of you guys are anyways, and if you're not using anyone with poison, he's really not worth it. In my opinion, Kabuto shines mostly in PvE, not as much in PvP, so it's kind of hard to show you guys a PvE match since Abyss is done and completed, but definitely highly recommend getting him up, guys, and he's actually possible to get his fragments, not only from farming him, but you can get him every hour and a half from the Orochimaru shop. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase. Remember, Kabuto, very specific character, great character, but you got to put him in proper setups. Have a great day, everybody.